the most broken people.
They call him Kukulkan. Killing him will risk eternal war.
For the surface world.
Show them who we are.
The protector. To strike.
Today, we are going to explain Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. This recap is going to be full of excitement, so stay tuned. At the beginning of the movie recap, Shuri was trying to recreate the herbs after all the herbs in Wakanda were burned by Killmonger. T'Challa was seriously ill right now. He needed the herb soon, and Shuri tried to use all the technology in Wakanda, but failed. Queen Ramonda came to tell her that T'Challa had died, and all the people of Wakanda and all the relatives of T'Challa were deeply saddened by his death. They took Black Panther to his final resting place. A year later, Queen Ramonda attended a meeting of the United Nations. At this meeting, Wakanda was pressured by other nations to share vibranium as God promised. Queen Ramonda warned everyone not to underestimate Wakanda, especially not to illegally abuse vibranium. At Queen Ramonda told them that Wakanda refused to share vibranium with other nations. She feared that vibranium had been misused as weapons to kill each other. This decision was also made after considering the fact that Wakanda lost Black Panther as her protector. But that didn't mean Wakanda became a weak nation. Instead, they strengthened their defenses to protect the vibranium as proof that Okoye and the Dora Milaje defeated and arrested the French army that tried to steal the vibranium with evidence of the army's arrest. CIA agents used the new vibranium detector in their expedition to find vibranium in the ocean using the detection device. When they found the smaller vibranium they were looking for, some divers were ordered to go to the bottom of the ocean to inspect the mine, but not long. Afterwards, the divers were mysteriously gone. One by one, a few minutes later, the sound of singing came from the bottom of the ocean, and the sound hypnotized all the ship's crew members into jumping into the ocean. Then some mysterious people with blue skin climbed the ship and killed all the CIA agents. Hundreds of people were killed in this incident. Only the leader managed to save himself after this incident. CIA agents blamed Wakanda as the murderer of this mass killing at night. Queen Ramonda asked Shuri to burn the white cloaks as a symbol of their acceptance of T'Challa's death, but she reddened this as she was still grieving for him in the dark. Suddenly, something came from the lake area. It was Namor, the leader of the blue-skinned people's force who attacked the CIA agents. Earlier surprised that Namor was able to get past Wakandans' advanced security, Namor came to protest and blamed T'Challa, who revealed the existence of vibranium to the outside world. Because of him, many people tried to steal vibranium, even at the bottom of the ocean. Apparently, there was also less vibranium in Namor's place like in Wakanda. He told Queen Ramonda to catch the scientist who invented the vibranium detector. If Queen Ramonda rejects Namor, his army will attack Wakanda. The next day, Shuri and Okoye meet with Agent Ross to find the identity of the scientists mentioned by Namor. They received information from Agent Ross that the scientist who invented the vibranium detector was an MIT student named Riri. Before they left, they asked Riri to go to Wakanda with them. Riri took Shuri and Okoye to her base to pack before they left the FBI. Suddenly surrounded the various bases, Shuri escaped using a motorbike, Okoye escaped using Riri's car, and Riri escaped using an Iron Heart suit she made when they managed to escape from the FBI. They were suddenly attacked by Namar's army. The leaders of the army called Attila and Namora killed all the FBI personnel and fought Okoye. Okoye was eventually defeated as she could not fight their entire crew alone. Riri and Shuri were then kidnapped and brought by Namar's army to an underwater kingdom called the Talakan in Wakanda. Okoye reported on everything that happened when she was defeated by Namar's army while trying to protect Princess Shuri. Unfortunately, Queen Ramonda did not accept her apology and Okoye was fired. Then Queen Ramonda visited Nakia, who lived in Haiti. She told her that the Shuri had been kidnapped, so she asked for her help. In finding the Shuri not long after Nakia received information from the local people about the location of the Talakan kingdom. At the same time, Shuri was brought to meet Namar. Shuri told about his origin. Namar's mother lived hundreds of years ago, who was pregnant and suffering from a mysterious disease. She and other local people were given medicine in the form of a liquid herb found at the bottom of the sea. The herb was similar to the herb in Wakanda, except this one was blue after Namatora's mother and the local people drank their skin blue. They also couldn't breathe normally in the country, but Namor was the first human born after that mysterious incident. Namor grew up as a special child and was gifted with a special superpower and small wings on his feet. Before Namor's mother died, she said she wanted to be buried in her village. That's why Namor and others came to the country to bury his mother. But when they arrived at the village, they were surprised to find that many of the villagers had been enslaved by the Spanish colonial army. Namor was enraged when he saw this and killed them all ever since that incident. Namor hated the human race. He had a great ambition to rule the world. He asked Wakanda to cooperate with him. If Wakanda refused, they would be the first nation to be destroyed by Namor. Then Namor invited Shuri to go see the beautiful view of the Talakan Kingdom. He also gave Shuri a bracelet because she was the first person to see the Talakan Kingdom. During their conversation, Namor suddenly got a call from Queen Ramonda. After Namor left, Nakia came to save Shuri and Riri. What Nakia did was considered a declaration of war by sea. He gathered his army to attack Wakanda. In Wakanda, people lived their lives in peace, and Baku patrolled the area, and Nakia met Okoye. Then Namor and his army broke through the Wakandan defense wall and attacked Wakanda from many directions that caused them trouble. Then Queen Ramonda ordered her army to evacuate any people who survived this attack, and Baku tried to fight Namor's army but was eventually defeated by Namor. She came with a plane and shot Namor, but failed because Namor was moving so fast. When he was underwater, Namor attacked them with water, which drowned Queen Ramonda and Riri Williams. Queen Ramonda, who was still conscious, tried to save Riri, but unfortunately died. The death of Queen Ramonda ensured that he became the only heir to the throne still alive. Shuri was still furious and did not want to mourn for too long. She tried to continue her herb research so she could have the Black Panther's superpower and avenge the Talakan Kingdom. Shuri used a piece of the bracelet Namor gave her. She thought the bracelet was also made of herbs. Shuri and Riri worked together to create various weapons. Shuri completed a new Dora Milaje suit that was equipped with many weapons and defenses, where he also tried to upgrade the Iron Heart suits to be used in the guts. Shuri's efforts were not in vain. She finally found the right recipe to grow the herbs again. Machiav dissolved the herb and gave it to Shuri. According to tradition, Shuri was sent to the ancestral world, but she didn't find Queen Ramonda. Instead, she found her cousin Killmonger. Shuri was surprised and mad when she met Killmonger. She felt like her ancestors had abandoned her. She also despised Killmonger, but Killmonger told her they met there because they had the same ambition for revenge. Killmonger also told her that all the former Black Panthers were weak people. He burned all the herbs so that there wouldn't be another Black Panther, but now he saw a strong Black Panther in the Shuri. After that, Shuri woke up and went crazy because she didn't meet her ancestors. Nakia thought that their experiment had failed, but it turns out that Shuri already has the Black Panther's superpower, and Shuri was more convinced that she would get revenge. At first, M'Baku disagreed with Shuri's decision, but she didn't want to listen to him. The next day, the Wakandan army prepared to attack the Talakan Kingdom. Shuri planned to take Namor to the desert so they could fight. After learning that Namor was captured, M'Baku orders the Wakandan army to retreat, but Namora blows up their ship's machine, so they couldn't go anywhere in that situation. Then the Talakan army turned things around and surrounded the Wakandan army. At the same time, Namor and Shuri got into a wild battle in the hot desert. Namor was strong. He could still fight and spear Shuri. After that, Namor tried to return to the ocean, as he was in dire need of water. Shuri managed to remove the spear from her body and burn Namor's body. When she tried to kill Namor, she suddenly had a vision from Queen Ramonda. The queen asked Shuri to let Namor go because she didn't want any bludgeoned in their battle. Namor eventually submitted to the Shuri and agreed to be a friend of Wakanda. This decision caused the Talakan army and the Wakanda army to become allies and reconcile with each other. After this bow, Wakanda finally grew their herbs again. Before leaving Wakanda, he gave Riri a car as a parting gift, and Talak and Namora was mad at Namora for giving up Wakanda. Weimer told her that one day Wakanda will need help from Talak, and because they don't have another ally. From the outside, the world could use this situation to take revenge on the people in the outside world. In Wakanda, Shuri was gone. M'Baka usurped the throne. Shuri was visiting Nakia, Haiti, and at that moment, she burned the white cloth that her mother had wished for. At the time, it was revealed that she had accepted the death of her mother and brother. Apparently, Nakia had a son to teach Chala. She agreed to raise their son in Haiti, so he wouldn't be bothered by politics in Wakanda. Their son was named Prince Chala, and here the mystery were captains. We are doing recaps of all the greatest movies. Thank you.